That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Shine light into darkness.
So this whole Epic Games debacle, or everything that's been happening recently, I've been kind of quiet about it because I figured this is something that's going to blow over time, and people are going to wake up and realize that maybe this isn't the best thing to be using, and, you know, things will go back to normal. But no, the internet never fails in this regard. So I'm going to ask a few questions during this video, and I strongly advise you to make a mental note of each question, and at the very end, please try to answer them, because I've yet to get answers to these questions, and I would really like some answers to them. So let's start with the number one thing I think is just horrible about Epic Games, and is the number one reason I refuse to use them. So recently, Epic Games has been looking through your localconfig.vdf file, or whatever that thing is, in Steam. For what purpose, I could really give a toss why. And as some idiot on Twitter defending that, saying, well, what are they looking for? Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what they're looking for. The fact that they're doing it without Valve's permission, or the customer's permission, is shady as a motherfucker, okay? And I refuse to use a launcher that is doing spyware type shit. And let's not forget, the company that owns Epic Games, at least 40% of Epic Games, is a Chinese company. And I don't need to tell you how fucked up China can be in regards to people's personal information, selling it, spying on them, shit like that, man. I mean, come on, dog. This should be enough. People say that the Epic Games Store is good competition. I'd like to ask how. Please give me a detailed explanation on how this is good competition for Steam. How is taking a game that was announced, put on the Steam store, and yeah, you may not be able to pre-order it like in the Outer Worlds case, but it's there, making it seem like it's going to be on Steam, maybe it'll come to Epic Store as well, who cares? But then, how is it taking that game and telling people, oh, by the way, we're going to be exclusive to the Epic Store for about a year, so if you want to play it, you either have to wait a year or go buy it on the spyware Chinese Epic Games Store. You know what I mean? Now look, here's the thing, okay? I want to make this very clear. I don't care that there's deals going on that make you wait a year to play a game, because Xbox did that with, what was it, Rise of the Tomb Raider, whatever that Tomb Raider game was. And yeah, it was bullshit, but I'm a patient guy. I'm still waiting for Half-Life 3. That should tell you how patient I am. And I can wait for things, okay? But the fucked up part about this is that they announce it, they put it on Steam. Hell, Metro Exodus did this 2 weeks before launch. They put it on Steam. They make everybody think, oh, cool, we're going to be able to play it on Steam, you know, when it launches, and everybody's going to have a good time. And then, fucking out of the blue, they're like, go fuck yourself. Wait a year to play it on Steam. Or go buy it from the Epic Store, you know, if you want to play it right now. I mean, is that not fucked up enough? I mean, these are two things right off the bat. Is this not fucked up enough for you to go, well, maybe I shouldn't be supporting the Epic Games Store because that's just wrong? Look, man, I've got a right is right and wrong is wrong philosophy, and these two things are just wrong. And here's another question that I have that I never get an answer to. Nobody seems to have a proper answer for this. What's going to happen in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now when Fortnite finally dies completely and Epic Games is not making any more money from it? What if Epic Games decides, you know what, since we're not making any money from Fortnite, we're just going to go ahead and shut our whole thing down. Epic Games Store is gone, Fortnite's gone, and all that money you spent, yeah, well, download the games now because you'll never be able to download them from us ever again. Steam has that policy where they say, I think it's in the user agreement or whatever, that if Steam were to go down one day, you can download every single game from there before they shut down and, you know, do whatever you need to do with them, which is a good thing. But again, my question, what's going to happen when Fortnite dies? I don't trust Epic Games to keep their store up. And that's another thing, another question that I have. How do they have your loyalty? Because Steam has my loyalty. They have almost 10 years from me personally worth of things that they've done that I say to myself, okay, that's not wrong. You know, they fix problems here and there, and they have my loyalty. Epic Games doesn't have my loyalty. The only game they have up there of any interest, even slightly, that they themselves have made is Fortnite. And even then, I don't even really like that game. So what's the point of me, the customer, going over there and buying from them? And here's another thing, okay? Another question. How are all these things good for the customer? Because that's who's most important at the end of the day. Because the only person that should ever take the deal of going exclusive with the Epic Games Store for maybe a year or just fully exclusive at all are indie developers, people who actually need the more revenue that Epic Games gives to them, which I gotta admit, it's a good thing, and Steam should really get off their ass and increase the amount of money that developers get. But here's the thing, AAA developers don't need that. You tell me these multi-million or billion-dollar companies need more money? It's like pouring a fucking glass of water into the ocean. It doesn't make a difference, okay? So the only person that should ever take the exclusivity deal for any amount of time, 1 year or forever, are indie developers. That's the only person who truly needs it, and someone that I could 100% back up and be like, you know what, man? You need the money. You're basically starving to death. Go ahead, go exclusive with Epic Games. Do that, man. I don't care. And that's the main question I want to answer, though. At the end of the day, how is any of the things that Epic Games are doing? How is that good for the customer? I'll leave you with that final question and all the questions that I put out before. I hope to see some answers down there in the comment section. See you guys later. This is Super Snow. Have a nice day. Oh, and P.S., because I know somebody's going to say this. I know somebody's going to come into the comment section and be like, well, Epic Games said that they don't spy on you and give your information to the Chinese government, so you should just shut up about it. Okay, if we're going to go by that logic, then EA Games has never done anything wrong or evil in the entirety of their company. The United States government has always done everything they've done for the good of the American people, and they have never once lied to America as a whole. Like, come on, man. Are you that dumb? Are you just gonna blindly believe whatever they tell you? Come on, man. Think for yourself for once, okay?